So calculate the final volume of a balloon if it has a volume of 2 liter and pressure of 2 atmosphere and the pressure is reduced to 1 atmosphere. Assume temperature remains constant. So pagka yung temperature natin is nag-remain as constant, so alam mo na kung anong gagamitin mong law. Tama? And what is that law? That is your Boyle's law. So sabi natin for Boyle's law, so we have P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. So from here, P1 is 2 atmosphere, V1 is 2 liters, that is equal to P2. P2 natin, 1 atmosphere multiplied by V2. O yan, pwede mo nang mahanap yung V2 and that is equal to 4 liters. So we have letter B. Okay, next number 37. So how many grams of oxygen gas are contained in 10.5 liters of oxygen measured over water at 25 degrees C and 740 torr? The vapor pressure of water at 25 degrees Celsius is 24 torr. Okay, so for number 37, ang gagawin lang natin ay hanapin yung mass using your ideal gas equation. So again, PV is equal to nRT, but N is your mass divided by your molecular weight. So ito ulit yung gagamitin natin to find your mass. So your mass now is equal to PV times the molecular weight divided by RT. Okay, so the pressure is already given. That is 740 torr. So ano ba ang conversion natin ng torr to atmosphere? So in 1 atmosphere, we have 760 torr. Mukhang hindi natin magagamit dyan yung vapor pressure ng water. So multiplied by the volume. So the volume is given na din, 10.5 liters. Okay, then times the molecular weight. So take note, this is oxygen gas. So gamitin natin yung oxygen molecule which is dalawa ng isang oxygen atom. So 2 times 16 grams per mole. Then all over yung ating gas constant, 0.0821 liter atmosphere per mole Kelvin. Times the temperature, we have 25 degrees Celsius plus 273. Okay, so we have 740 times 10.5 times 32 over 0.0821 times 760 times 25 plus 273. Okay, so we have 13.37 grams. So we choose letter B. Okay, so any question? Tayo sa may number 38. So sample of the compound is found to contain 63.5% silver, 8.2% nitrogen, and 28.3% oxygen. So what is the empirical formula for this compound? So just like yung ginawa natin kanina doon sa may number 24, ito lang din yung gagawin natin for number 38. Yun nga lang, sa number 38, hindi na siya nagbanggit ng total mass ng ating compound. So, ang gagawin mo na lang dito, ikaw na yung bahalang mag-set ng sarili mong mass. Let's say 100 na lang para hindi tayo mahirapan. Okay, let's say, yung mass natin is, ito ang mass ng compound, that is equal to 100 grams, para mas madali. Okay, so pwede ko nang hanapin yung mass ng ating silver. Ano bang silver? AU or AG? AG. So we have 63.5 grams. Yung mass ng nitrogen is 8.2 grams. Then yung mass naman ng ating oxygen is 28.3 grams. Okay, then ano yung ginawa natin kanina? Hinanap natin yung number of moles. So using your formula ng molecular weight ulit, the number of moles is equal to mass over the molecular weight. Okay, unahin natin yung N ng silver. That is the mass, that is 63.5 grams. But again, ang problema natin dito is yung molecular weight ng isang silver atom. So the molecular weight of one silver atom is 107.87 grams per mole. This is taken from our periodic table. Ako din, di ko rin to kabisado. So 63.5 divided by 107.87. So that is approximately equal to 0.59. Next, yung N naman ng nitrogen, that is the mass of nitrogen, divided by, take note compound ulit ito, so yung nitrogen and oxygen, hindi ko iti-take as a gas. Kasi nag-combine siya to silver to form a compound. So isang atom lang. So we have for a nitrogen, that is 14 grams per mole. So 8.2 divided by 14. So ganun din. That is approximately equal to 0.59 mole. Then lastly, hanapin natin yung number of mole ng oxygen atom. That is its mass na 28.3 grams divided by atomic mass ng isang oxygen atom ay 16 grams per mole. So 28.3 divided by 16. That is 1.77 approximately. Okay, then yung ginawa natin kanina, di ba, parang tinake lang natin yung mga digits na yan, then nilagay natin doon sa compound. So, ang maging compound natin is Ag, 0.59, pero hindi naman tayo pwedeng mag-0.59, tama. Ang pwede lang kasi ay whole number. So, ang gawin natin, kunin natin yung common dito sa tatlong ito, 0.59, 0.59, and 1.77. So, ano ba ang ratio ng 1.77 sa 0.59? Okay, that is 3. Kumbaga ito, siya yung magiging base natin, 0.59. So we have 1. This is 1. And this is 3. Nakuha. Ang ratio ng 59 to 59 is 1. So ganun yung gagawin mo doon. 59 to 59 is also 1. But the ratio of 1.79 to 59 is 3. So magiging equation natin dito ng empirical formula ay Ag1, then N1, then O3. So AgNO3, that is letter D. Okay, so parang yung ginawa lang din natin kanina. Hinanap natin yung number of moles. Kumbaga parang itong mga problems na to kasi is application siya nung law natin kanina, yung law of definite proportions. Kailangan natin siyang erasure. Okay, next, number 39, objective. Okay, black particles or electrons or positrons. Pag sinabi nating positrons, they are positive electrons. They have much less mass than alpha particles. So they penetrate further into tissue than alpha particles, but they are less likely to ionize atom. So what are those types of particle? Siyempre, those are your beta particles. Ang meron lang naman tayo si alpha and beta particles, di ba? Though may gamma tayo, pero gamma rays. Okay, next, number 40. A 0.71 cubic meter tank contains 4.5 kilogram of an ideal gas. The gas has a molecular weight of 44. Pag sinabing 44, automatic naka 44 amo na yan, grams per mole. And is at 21 degrees C. What is the pressure of the gas? So again, pwede natin gamitin dito yung ideal gas equation. So since ang hinahanap naman dito is the pressure at nagbigay siya ng molecular weight, gamitin na natin agad si MRT. Pero naka-divided by the molecular weight. Yan. So hinahanap yung pressure, so that is simply MRT divided by the volume times the molecular weight. Plug in the given. So what is the mass? That is 4.5 kilograms, or convert it to gram. That is 4,500 grams times R of 0.0821. We have liter atmosphere per mole Kelvin. Then times the temperature, we have 21 degrees Celsius plus 273. Okay, then all over the volume, which is 0.71 cubic meters. So, i-convert natin So, in 1 cubic meter, we have 1,000 liters. Then, times the molecular weight, yun siya, si 44 grams per mole. Let's calculate. That is 4,500 times 0.0821 multiplied by 21 plus 273. Okay, then all over 0.71 times 1,000 times 44. So we have 3.47. Tignan natin yung discrepancy. Ba't nagkaroon ng discrepancy? 1,000. Cubic meters. Naka-kilopascal. So, ang lalabas dito is naka-atmosphere, So, i-convert natin. So, in 1 atmosphere, we have 101.325 kilopascal. So, ita-times pa natin siya ng 101.325. Okay, and that is equal to 352.3. That is in kilopascal. So again, since walang 352.3 dyan, piliin natin ito. Si letter B, pinakamalapit. Mukha namang yung choices, jumble lang yung digits. Okay, next number 41. Di bali at the end of this presentation naman, represent natin ulit para dun sa mga nahulit, yung mga nasa unahan na problems. But again, yung ibang problems, isolve nyo ulit kung nahirapan kayo. Huwag yung binabasa nyo lang sa picture. Isolve nyo siya manually. Okay, so for 41 onwards, mukhang objective na yata siya lahat. Tignan natin kung may mga possible na dito explain. So 41, which of the following is used as a binder in painters? So, yung binder para, tawag nito, not sure dun sa term, pero para maging sticky siya. Okay, so yung ginagamit doon is silicone. So letter D. So 42, what is the equivalent weight of sulfuric acid? So sulfuric acid, dapat alam mo yung kanyang chemical formula. So ang sulfuric acid natin is H2SO4. Hindi ko sure kung meron kanina dun sa mga problems natin, sulfuric acid. So kung hindi mo alam, maghanap ka sa ibang problems. Baka nandoon yung kanyang chemical formula. So ayun. So dalawang hydrogen, so 2 times 1 plus isang sulfur. So ang sulfur is may atomic mass na 32. This is for sulfur. Plus 4 na oxygen, so times 16. So we have 2 plus 32 plus 4 times 16. Ang laki. Ay, 46 ito. Ayan. So we have 98 grams per mole. So we have letter B. Next, 43. What type of bond results in formed by the sharing of electrons by two atoms? That is your covalent bond. Okay, next, 44. What do you call a substance that disassociates in solutions to produce positive and negative ions? So that is what you call the electrolyte. Okay, next, 45. Which ones of the following statements are true for element having atomic number of 34? Okay. So yung atomic number 34, tignan natin kung anong element ba siya. Or tignan natin yung kanyang electronic configuration. So di ba na napag-aralan nyo naman sa lecture, or kung hindi man, balikan yung electronic configuration natin, yung SPDF distribution. Okay. Paano ba ulit yun? Hindi ko na siguro siya isusulat, pero kung matandaan ninyo is, ano ba yun, 1 to 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Ganito ba siya? Then, kalimutan ko na. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or pag ganito siya. Yan. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we have here SPDF, so each energy level is S, dito S, puro S, P, D, F. S, P, D. Siguro hanggang dyan lang tayo. I-check natin yung number 34. Pag sinabi natin number 34 of the periodic table, pag pinag-add natin yung exponent niya, dapat equal to 34. So ano ba yung exponent doon sa mga energy levels? So yung mga exponent doon is yung ating number of electrons. Sabi natin, pag pinag-add natin yung number of electrons, siya lang din yung ating atomic number. Okay. Unahin natin to. So we have here 1s2, then 2s2. Yung mnemonics ko dito dati, si Sharon na lang. Si Sharon pumasok sa pinto, sa door pinto. Check natin kung hanggang 34 na ba yan. So 1s2. Again, ang S, we have 2 electrons. Sa P, ang maximum naman niya is 6. Sa D is 10. Sa F is 14. Correct me if I'm wrong. So 1s2, then 2s2, then 2p6, then 3s2, then 3p6, 4s2, 3d10, 4p6, 5s2. Stop muna ako dyan. Check natin kung magta-34 na ba siya. So 2 plus 2 is 10, plus 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 6 is 10, 12, 18, 20, 30. So mag-stop na ako dito since 36 na, then palitan ko ito ng 4 para maging 34. So yan na ngayon yung electronic configuration kung ano man yung element number 34. Ngayon, tignan natin dun sa conditions niya. Saan na ba yun? Tignan natin sa conditions ni number 45 kung saan papasok yung ating electronic configuration. So sabi niya, it is in P block. So tama ba na nasa P block siya? Yes. Nasa P block siya, maximum of your P. At saka kung titignan naman natin yung kanyang period is nasa may bandang 4, and then natapat naman siya sa 4p. Nasa p block talaga siya. Okay, number 2, it is a non-metal. Ang problema lang natin dito, kung hindi mo alam yung position ng elements. So, number 34, nasaan ba ang number 34? Somewhere in the middle na yata yun, Somewhere in the middle. So, pag somewhere in the middle, automatic na metal siya. Kasi ang mga non-metal, nasa may taas, di ba, hydrogen, helium, and yung mga nasa right, yung mga noble gases. And as well as yung mga metalloids, yung nasa may bandang right pa rin naman yun. Okay, so hindi natin masasabi na non-metal siya kung nasa gitna siya ng periodic table of elements. And kung titignan naman natin, para ma-prove natin na non-metal siya, ano bang ginagawa natin? Tinitignan natin yung number of valence electron. Tama? So ano ba yung number of valence electron niya? That is 4, which is nasa may p orbital. So tama rin si statement number 3. Okay, and since yun nga, nasa p orbital siya with a valence electron of 4, and sabi natin, kung ilan yung kanyang valence electron, yun yung maging kanyang group. Tama? So kung titignan natin, nasa group number, p block kasi siya so para siyang nasa 10. Tama ba? Okay, pero kung di mo kabisado yun, doon ka na lang sa may kung nasaan yung position ng element. So, dapat kabisado. So, 34 somewhere in the middle. Kung group number 10 man yan, ang group number 10 natin are subgroups of metals. Okay, so ang statement lang na correct dyan is 1 and 3. So, the answer here is letter B. Ayan, yun nga. So, the valence electrons are all in p orbits. Tama. Okay. Pero kung titignan yung lang dyan is 4. Ano ba yung group number 4? 1. Nasa gaseous part na siya Hindi. So, dapat nasa group number 10. Dapat. Group number 10. Okay, so ganoon po tayo gumamit ng electronic configuration natin. Balikan nyo na lang siguro kung nakalimutan na. Okay, next, number 46. So how many protons, P, and neutrons are there in the nucleus which are present in a lead nucleus of atomic mass of 206? Okay. So, given lang dito is yung kanyang atomic mass. Hinahanap yung number of protons and yung kanyang neutrons. So, ano ba ang relation ulit ng protons to your number of neutrons? Diba ang number of protons, pag pinag-add natin yan sa number of neutrons, that is equal to the atomic mass or the mass number na tinatawag. So, kung titignan natin, since isa lang naman yung given, ang gawin na lang natin ay mag-trial and error sa choices. Kung sino ang may mag-sum na equal to 206, yun yung sagot natin. Okay, letter A, 92 plus 156. Letter B, 85 plus 160. Letter C, 82 plus 124. That is 206. So, we have letter C. Letter D naman, hindi na siya magsasatisfy. It is 240.